Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 26th of 2021. We're only getting very close to the official release of the Book of Boba Fett on the 29th on Disney+. That's really going to give us a lot of connections eventually to the Mandalorian Season 3, as well as, of course, what takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase of Star Wars. Not only are we getting close to the Boba Fett series, but the marketing run for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show is about to begin in March of 2022, which honestly isn't all that far off. I mean, a lot of fans are looking forward to that, to really get a better sense of what the Kenobi series is going to look like in live action. So we already know that George, John, and Dave are doing everything in their power to really turn things around for the Star Wars universe in order to really establish all of the new Star Wars legends that's going to be transferred over into the Disney canon, to really take a lot of the highlights from Legends material, to really give the fans a better view of how Star Wars is going to evolve. Now, we already know that somebody like Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy has been having a lot of tough situations over at Lucasfilm for the Acolyte TV series. This has been going on and on for the past year and a half, give or take. And we already also know that leslye Headland has said this before in the past, that she wants to create a lot of retcons or a lot of story elements in the Acolyte that's going to impact the prequel trilogy movies, such as Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, mostly. So, with that being said, one thing that Kathleen Kennedy has been doing is that she's been a little bit more talkative lately than normal. And what she recently had to say is going to stun some of the fans out there. So, with Kathleen Kennedy still having issues with the Acolyte TV series for Disney Plus by leslye Headland, creators George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni are busy constructing their new universe that is truly going to take advantage of Star Wars Legends and more to arrive with these new shows that will be announced next year. However, in a recent interview with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, she was eventually questioned about the division between the fans ever since the sequel trilogy. Kathleen Kennedy went on to state that, "I feel that though my point of view, of course, this was all because of the fans. It certainly was not caused by our creators like Rian Johnson and others like J.J. Abrams. This is a fan problem, and that fans are the root of the problem for the division that you see today of who likes what or what should be created or what should not be created. I mean, when I first signed on to Lucasfilm, I promised George I would take care of the characters he brought into this world, and I believe that I did just that with the sequels. Again, we are not making movies where these characters that George made are young anymore, so we had to adapt and make it realistic. The fans took everything the wrong way and created this backlash and division among themselves." Now, to me, I thought it was blown away, of course, out of proportion by the fans and how they reacted to Ryan in The Last Jedi. We had spent many years on that movie and to really explore that great side of Luke Skywalker. Let me just stop right here for a second, because I gotta really be honest with you guys. It seems like Kathleen Kennedy's living in a different world. She doesn't really know exactly how the fans feel or what the fans are really thinking. Either she's that oblivious or she knows exactly what's going on and she's trying to deflect a lot of that. I think that obviously Kathleen Kennedy could very well be both oblivious and is also trying to ignore what the fans really want to see in Star Wars, which is why I believe that the Acolyte TV show is going to be a massive failure. We already know that leslye Headland is treating this as pretty much a specific way to kind of just show off her own agendas, her own ideas, and nothing to do really with Star Wars at its heart. So, with that being said, we already know that Kathleen Kennedy is very defensive here. You can tell that she's being very much guarded over her decisions with the sequel trilogy movies, especially The Last Jedi, and is not taking any blame over the fan backlash over The Last Jedi, and specifically over how the sequel trilogy was handled in general, right? So, moving on from all of this, Alright, Kennedy further went on to reveal that, of course, I feel that we did our best job with the sequels, and that those that are having a hard time accepting that direction really need to perhaps research more about filmmaking and what Star Wars really means. So now Kathleen Kennedy is telling the fans that they need to research more about how films are developed. I just don't know what to say to that. So further, it's about evolving and it's about change, and we have more change coming our way with a project that I myself am looking over with Leslie. I think it's going to be wonderful for all the fans in 2023. What fans need to realize is that we can't just keep making the same story over and over. We need to evolve. And so this, of course, pointless division that I see with the fans, it's really gone way too far, she says. To answer your question, Kathleen Kennedy goes on, I don't believe we sabotage Star Wars, and I don't believe we ever will. It's our job to make sure that what we do is going to be with good intentions, and that what is always going to be done is going to satisfy the fans. This backlash we had in the past and this grudge by the fans that have, of course, with some of the creators is only going to stress the creators more so on what they have to accomplish and make the fans happy. Further separate from all of this, what Kathleen Kennedy stated, this falls directly in line with the fact that Kathleen Kennedy still has no regrets over the sequel trilogy movies, and is going to be doing the same thing with, of course, the Acolyte TV show. Kennedy has been in the talks with director Rian Johnson again for him to direct a handful of Star Wars Acolyte episodes for 2023. Rian Johnson is described to be excited to join the Acolyte series and to actually be very close to Leslie Headland, and is very much on to signing on as well. Now, here is my problem with Kathleen Kennedy again, is that she's making it very clear that she is trying to create this image of herself that she has no regrets, even though in the past she has said that she was very sorry about certain, things and choices that she made with Star Wars and specific decisions that she pushed forward with. Honestly, I think that this is once again her trying to really kind of create this image before the Acolyte TV series goes into production and eventually releases next year. Technically 2023, of course, and we're not in 2022 just yet. But the thing about Kathleen Kennedy once more is that we already know that she has a lot of issues with George Lucas, and I kind of find it very strange here of how she herself said that she believes that she respected the characters that George created. That was her statement. She believes that she respected the characters that George created, and how she promised that and made those promises become a reality. So in her mind, at least, it's either in her mind or she's just saying this, she believes that she paid respect to characters like Luke in The Last Jedi and paid respect to characters like Anakin and all those characters. Honestly, she didn't do that in any way in the least, and to say that is obviously a lie by Kathleen Kennedy. I believe that she knows what she's saying. She's trying to create this false image of herself to kind of prepare for the Acolyte TV series. That's what it seems like. That's how it's coming off as, and I believe that's exactly what's happening here. So, once again, the Acolyte TV series begins filming in April of 22. The spring of next year is going to be a very interesting turn of events, because that's when we're going to learn more and more about the TV show and exactly how the real production is going to be moving along. So overall, guys, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this all below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night